On today's show,
We'll debate the biggest winners from yesterday's action-packed trade deadline day.
as for teams that took a step back, the Sixers rebuild got a rebuild, and the Suns' playoff chances got a whole lot dimmer.
And jump in the hot tub time machine. We're going to count down our all-time favorite deadline deals.
It's Friday, February 20th. The starter starts now.
Good evening, sweet world, and welcome to the starters. Whether you're joining us live online or catching us on NBA TV, very, very happy to have you. Jay Skeets alongside me, as always. That's Tass Millis.
Hot Tub Time Machine 2 is out today.
To my right, starters blog editor Trey Kirby.
Ayo!
Hey-o! And finally, the international man of mystery, it's Lee Ellis.
Amigos.
Lele.
Lily, all right, we've had a little over 24 hours to try and digest what happened yesterday on trade deadline day. 8% of the league got traded. Some $225 million was on the move yesterday. And today we're going to break it down into winners and losers, specifically when it comes to the teams. One big winner that we all agree on from trade deadline was the Oklahoma City Thunder. If you're a casual NBA fan, a lot of the pieces they acquired may do nothing for you. Cantor, Novak, Augustine, Singler, and you may even say the biggest name, arguably Reggie Jackson there on the move, of course going to Detroit. But Tass, you know, we like this, you like this because of how much better this actually makes them as a basketball team.
Yeah, they upgraded a couple key spots on their bench. This team that is so dependent on their stars just got a lot deeper. And they're a very good basketball team. They could win a series at any time, but now Scott Brooks feels like I can go to my bench anytime, because when he has to sit Russell Westbrook down, they lose basketball games. They lose by like 3.5 points when he has to sit down. But now they get DJ Augustine on that floor, and that man runs a team. He runs a team a little bit better than a Reggie Jackson does. He's going to get everyone involved. This team needs to move the basketball. DJ Augustine will do that beautifully.
There's no debate about his role on this team. He's going to come out there as a second unit guy, feed guys like Dion Waiters, take a shot when it's there, but he knows he's going to play spot minutes throughout the game, maybe 15 minutes a night, but he knows when he goes out there, he's got a job to do, and then he goes back to the bench. He's not competing for anyone for his role.
It's just going to get them into their sets a little bit more rather than the ISO ball that tended to happen with Reggie Jackson on the floor. And it's a little addition by subtraction, too. Getting Reggie out of there, the attitude that seemed to be an issue, but not only at that one spot in the second unit, Enes Kanter is a real big upgrade on Kendrick Perkins, let's be honest. Even if you don't go to Enes Kanter all the time, Enes Kanter is simply an upgrade. I said it yesterday, it's kind of like Memphis going to get Jeff Green instead of Tayshaun Prince. You just do it because it's a no-lose situation.
Yeah, and Kanter, I mean, who knows how his career is going to turn out. The Thunder supposedly want to ink him to a deal past this season, but at the very least, he's a huge upgrade over Kendrick Perkins. He can play next to Ibaka for sure. He likes to play down low. Ibaka can stretch the floor a little bit, help him out on defense. It's kind of a nice mix.
I love the pairing of Kanter with a defensive-minded guy, because Kanter's not going to protect the rim. You've got that in Ibaka. But yeah, you got a capable backup point guard, very capable backup point guard, DJ Augustine. You got a guy, Kanter, he's playing for a contract as well.
Yeah.
So you're going to get a nice couple months here, in theory, from this guy, again, playing for his first real big payday. And then you got two shooters. Let's not discredit Kyle Singler and Steve Novak. I'm not expecting the world from them, but
They
two
may
guys,
not even play, really.
right, but two guys, in theory, you could throw in the corner, space the floor, and when they help out on Westbrook, when they help out on Durant, those guys, we know, they've proven that they can knock down threes.
And we have
So you
no
got some
idea
shooters.
what Enes Kanter will be, as you mentioned, Trey. Who really knows what his future is going to be? But that's when we questioned him when we watched him in a starting lineup. Now he's a second unit guy.
He should dominate.
He should dominate.
Yeah.
I mean, give him the ball, and he can score. It's something the Thunder that don't really have down on the low post.
And of course, the Thunder already back in the playoff race there. Now, technically in the 8th seed after getting the win last night. Let's move on to another winner from trade deadline day. That is the Miami Heat. Now, look, things have changed a little bit with the unfortunate news that we've learned about Chris Bosh. But again, the biggest name acquired yesterday, Goran Dragic, an All-NBA player. His brother comes with him to Miami. You know, not giving up a whole lot. Norris Cole, Justin Hamilton, and so on. 2 picks, the key thing, and that's what Phoenix was going for here, getting the 2 picks in return. But you gotta like this with the Miami Heat in a playoff race in the East, getting some more talent to go with their, when healthy, very talented other 4 guys.
Yeah, and they're going to save on stitching costs on those jerseys. They can just stitch the same name in the back of them at all times. This guy was all NBA third team last season. I think people forget how good he was. He's one of the 6 best guards in the league, can dominate at any time. They've got a beautiful starting 5 now, when healthy. I know you have to throw in that caveat, but at the same time, time is against them, but this is Goran Dragic we're talking about. I think people really forget that this guy could have been an all-star and, again, can dominate. And Wade is going to give him the duties. He'll hand over the ball, and
Definitely.
they're going to look great.
Oh, yeah. The pick and roll with Whiteside, the pick and pop with Bosch. Again, hopefully if he's healthy and is playing. You don't worry at all about the dip in the numbers that we've seen from Dragic this year because of how many point guards they had there trying to share the ball and who was doing what. That doesn't worry you at all?
No, I mean, I watched them play, and it's not Dragic sort of falling off. I
Right.
mean, he's not even 29 years old yet. It's not Dragic's skills just sort of diminishing. It's him not getting the ball. His percentages are great. For a point guard, he's still above 50%, which is a fantastic percentage. Him and Wade above that mark. They're going to be an efficient combo. It's just that he doesn't touch the ball as much.
Yeah, and he's going to have the ball a ton now that he's playing with the Heat, especially because you can't necessarily count on Wade to be out there every night. And I think Wade's going to like having somebody who takes over and just runs the offense. And now that we know Bosch might be out for a little bit, it's nice to have another player who can actually put the biscuit in the basket.
There you see Dragic's numbers. Again, they've fallen off a little bit for multiple reasons. But, yeah, the big thing, of course, Isaiah Thomas was in there with Phoenix. He's gone now, of course, and Bledsoe, trying to figure out who got the rock. And sometimes we've showed you before, he was just standing around half the time. Should be different there in Miami. As I said, a great move. We like it for the Heat, but you do have to point out this unfortunate Chris Bosh news. We're waiting to hear more reports, so you want to keep your eye on NBA.com. But we learned today that he's being evaluated to see if he has blood clots in his lungs that, if he does, and I hope to God he doesn't, could cause him to miss the remainder of the season. Very dangerous blood clots, very, deadly, quite frankly. Varejao had it. Teletovic had something similar. Both were diagnosed with that condition. They missed sort of the remainders of their seasons. So again, you're going to keep your eye on NBA.com for the latest reports. They're trying not to jump to conclusions. Spoelstra and the Miami Heat, let the doctors do their work and figure it out from there. But of course, we're all thinking the best for Chris Bosh and an instrumental part to this team. If there's no Chris Bosh, I don't care if they have Dragic or not.
No.
They're not going anywhere.
No, they
We'd
lose
all
one
agree
of
with
any of those guys, and they don't have much depth now. That's what they gave up yesterday. But obviously, the Chris Bosh story is a little more serious, and we just hope the best for him.
Absolutely. And if there isn't Chris, do they play a faster game? This is a team that does play slow. Even Dragic coming in here, do they start to pick up the tempo a little bit and go? Or do they make a move for Andre Blatch?
He would help, especially depending on how long Bosch is going to be out. But
Yeah.
I think Dragic just makes them a little more athletic. They're second to last in the league in percentage of fast break points. It'll be nice to have somebody who can actually get out and run and finish with the rim.
Another winner from yesterday, Portland Trail Blazers. We talked about it on yesterday's show. We loved it at the time. We still love it now. I guess, comparing it to the other deals yesterday, a little under the radar. It did sort of happen first and then got pushed to the
That's why
side.
it's under the radar.
Yeah, but the Blazers got Aaron Aflalo and Alonzo G. They gave up Thomas Robinson, Will Barton. You see Claver there, a couple picks. Nothing too dangerous in terms of, yes, the first-round picks, but a lot of them protected. 2016 and then 17. It's all listed there for you. But here they get Aaron Aflalo, a guy that should really help a depleted bench.
He is not a sexy name.
No.
Not at all. But he is a professional guy. In the broadcast when they say, this guy is a professional scorer. This is what this guy does. He's just going to come
That's
in.
a Miami Heat broadcast, is it?
Was that an Eric Reed impression? It was a semi-Eric Reed impression. Aaron Aflalo is going to step on the floor and do what he does. He's going to put the ball in the basket. He's going to be efficient about it, and he's going to help this bench that struggles basically because Terry Stotts doesn't trust them to play, and rightfully so. They don't have a lot of guys who play, but when they do play, they're actually pretty efficient. So Aaron Aflalo, I think, will get open shots on this team because they've got an incredible three-point percentage, but put him alongside Steve Blake, put him alongside Chris Kaman, and whoever else they throw out there, along with Myers Leonard. And now you can start to trust these guys a little bit more because this team is a little bit top-heavy. This is great for Portland fans. I mean, they went out there and got a key component for their run.
That's what I love. It's that they said to their fan base, and of course their players, especially a guy like LaMarcus Aldridge, who they want to keep there, who's playing through injury, they said by picking up Aflalo, hey, we believe in ourselves. The West is open. We're a legit contender. Our weakness is our bench, at that wing position especially, and we went and got what we thought was one of the best guys available for not a whole lot. That's a huge move.
Yeah, and
that
also-
is a huge move.
Also with Nicholas Batum's wrist injury that may or may not keep him out
For sure.
time as well down the stretch. You can slot Aflalo
Easy for you to say.
into that sort of shooting guard spot as well. He's not as good a defender as Nicholas Batum, but again, you just need quality players, and now Portland have got a quality player that they didn't have yesterday.
Aflalo has a player option for next season, $7.5 million. A lot of people expect him that he'll want to test the market. So there could be complications, sure, when you get into paying all of these guys. But the Blazers, for right now, for the next couple of months, they're saying we're all in. Let's go get it. Those were a couple winners. We got lots more to talk about here on the starters when we come back. we'll flip it around. We'll talk about the trade deadline day losers. Yes, it's a little harsh to call them that, but we got to try and figure out what the Sixers are doing.
Good luck.
Losing.
Yeah, we'll figure out that next. Welcome back to the starters. We've already looked at a few winners from trade deadline day. Let's look at the losers. And if that's a little too harsh for you, we'll just call it the confusers, where you're a little confused what these particular teams are doing. The quote-unquote biggest loser slash confuser, at least according to us, Philadelphia 76ers. Not a real surprise. You see all the picks that they went out and got. Second round picks for days we included on that list. But getting rid of, like, arguably their two most talented players as of right now, Michael Carter-Williams, reigning Rookie of the Year, and a young guy in KJ McDaniels. This is crazy.
Yeah, when will the Sixers rebuild stop? When will they just stop rebuilding? It has to happen at some point, right? Because they basically have no one on their second contract now other than JaVale McGee, who was taken up by them just because he came along with the draft pick.
Yep.
I mean, you've got a reigning Rookie of the Year here, Michael Carter-Williams. You actually have cost certainty with him because he is a rookie on his rookie deal. So you've got a cheap player, a good player, for a couple years, and they trade him away. Why? Because they think that they can get somebody better, I suppose.
Yeah.
Down the line, because the draft pick that they got for him is the Lakers, so it's likely going to be wherever it might be, 3 to 6 over the next couple of years. But that is asking a lot for the Sixers fans to say, hey, we've got this Rookie of the Year here. We don't want him anymore.
Well, that's exactly it. We're in year 3 of their 5-year plan of completely ripping it down and getting a bunch of second-round draft picks and rebuilding. And what do they have to show for it?
Not much.
A bunch of centers, half of them that can't play.
They have guys playing
and they got a new
hard.
mascot.
Yeah.
No, they've got guys playing. Look, and we get into the whole tanking thing. These players are not tanking.
No.
That is an organizational decision.
No, Brett Brown's doing a very good job.
Exactly.
in
The
getting-
coaching, the players, I'm with you. They're not tanking.
It's more about the talent. I mean, this man's got a great bow tie, but he's not going to be in the NBA for a couple of years.
2017.
Yeah, but to me, Michael
Yeah, we don't know
Carter-Williams
that.
is
We'll see.
clearly not part of the plan for them, and he's a little bit older than all those guys who we just saw, Noel Embiid and Dario Saric. If you're still waiting on those guys to come over and play, you don't need a guy who's 3 years older, who's going to be even older than the players you pick with the draft picks you just got in the trade. I'm fine with it. I'm anxious to see how how everything turns out, because this is kind of just a fascinating experiment to see how things work.
Oh, no, it's absolutely fascinating, but it's crazy when your best player, I'm not exaggerating, I don't think, your best player as of today could be Robert Covington. A guy that was
Sir
in
Robert
the D-League.
Covington.
Sir Robert Covington, that's right, who was in the D-League as of November.
But remember earlier in the season, Adam Silver tried to get the lottery reform done and it got voted down. And he said he's going to look at it again because of this situation, that the Sixers obviously aren't changing their approach either. They're saying, we're just going to stockpile as many high draft pick assets as we can and then go from there because that's the rules allow us to do that and there's nothing stopping them. So I guess they're not doing anything wrong. In
No.
that
I mean, we call him a loser today, but if that draft pick turns out to be better than Michael Carter-Williams down the line, adding to that talented trio of Nerlens Noel, Joel Embiid, and Dario Saric, I mean, they may be laughing. It's just, if you're paying your bucks right now as a
Well,
Philadelphia
right.
76ers
Yeah.
fan, it's a little difficult to enter that building
For sure.
41 times a night.
That
per
pick
year.
coming from the Lakers, top 5 protected. This draft, top 3 protected, 2016. Probably likely the way the Lakers are that we see that come to fruition in 2016. Who knows, though? All right, moving on. Another loser, just a more confuser, as I should call it, the Phoenix Suns. They were the busiest team on trade deadline day. You see all of the guys they acquired, the big name Brandon Knight being one of the point guards that they did pick up, bunch of first-round picks, future first-round picks, I should point out, from Miami, 2017 and 2021. And then Goran Dragic, Isaiah Thomas, Ennis Plumlee, all going out of Phoenix. A wild day for the Suns.
I think this is a little bit like the Sixers situation in that they have less talent today, undoubtedly. They're going to drop out of the playoff picture this year, so they are a loser for these next couple months. But long term, I think they might be better off because their core is younger. They're Alex Len and Eric Bledsoe. Now they've got Brandon Knight. Along with Markieff Morris, a great foursome. They weren't good enough to do much in the playoffs. I didn't think they were going to make the playoffs even before the trades. So now they assemble those guys, that great foursome. I'm really pumped about Alex Len and Markieff Morris, and their backcourt as well. Really, really good in a tough Western Conference. Add some very good draft picks, and the future is extremely bright.
But back to the draft picks. That's the part that they're a loser for me. I don't understand why they would give away that very lucrative top 5 protected Lakers pick. Why that one for these super future 2017, 2021? Because here's what they're basically saying, right? They're saying we either give that pick away for nothing if Brandon Knight leaves, or we thought that was worth about $15 million, which you're likely going to have to pay a guy like Brandon Knight.
Well, they love Brandon Knight.
So which one?
He's restricted.
And he's part of their backcourt of the future. And they probably think that those four is a great, and that 2021 pick is unprotected.
Yeah, that never
Considering
happened.
they knew they were losing Goran Dragic in the end to get Brandon Knight, I think is a fairly good day for them, fairly good day's work. But
Let us know what you guys think. Agree, disagree. Jump on Twitter. Hashtag the starters with all of our winners picks, all of our losers picks. Look, we went for an hour plus this morning on our hour-long podcast. It's called The Drop. It's on iTunes. It's on the blog. We talk about the trade deadline day madness. We get back to Lee's tweet of the week. It had been so long. And we even got into some NBA-inspired frozen yogurt flavors. Yeah, The Drop is weird, but we did talk a lot about the trade deadline deals. When we come back, Tass's worst of the week and some of our favorite deals of all time. You're watching The Starters.
Welcome back to The Starters. Now, this is the point of the week where we hand out the dishonor to someone in the NBA family that has done wrong in the eyes of the starters. It's time for the worst of the week.
Ladies and gentlemen, the worst of the week.
This week's worst of the week is all of you who weren't following along on Twitter during an busy NBA trade deadline. Look, it seemed like it was going to be quiet. I understand why you may have not been following at the beginning. Aaron Aflalo was the biggest name with only about 3 hours left on the clock. Then Andre Miller's name popped up on Twitter feeds. And then we got JaVale McGee. But then an avalanche began. Larry Sanders. Also, Brandon Knight, Goran Dragic to Miami. They trade Isaiah Thomas too? What? Reggie Jackson, Tayshaun Prince back home. It's a three-way. It's a four-way? Oh no, that's just a mistake. Even Yahoo's Adrian Wojnarowski, the man who lives to break news on trade deadline day, simply tweeted, "Good Lord." Although this was the most impressive moment of it all. We were watching NBA TV's David Aldridge on NBA TV, and a tweet popped up from him reporting Kevin Garnett going back to Minnesota. And this wasn't some quick tweet. It was a full 140 characters. He typed that all out. All in all, 37 players traded on this day, 8.4% of rosters, and Twitter gave those following along all the info. And if you weren't, you are the worst of the week. What a day. Twitter was made for days like this.
It really was. It was a lot of fun yesterday. Well, the day was so action-packed that it actually got us thinking and arguing, especially with Lee here, about a few of our favorite trade deadline day deals of all time. Deals that happen on the trade deadline day. We put together a little list for you. At number 5, Lee, you love this one, 1997. The Pacers bring back Mark Jackson because before the 96-97 season, they traded him to the Nuggets for Jalen Rose. It was a disaster for the Pacers. They weren't doing well, so at the 97 deadline, they bring him back for Vincent Askew, forward Eddie Johnson, and a couple second-round draft picks.
I'm happy with this one at number 5, though. It was a pretty good trade for the Indiana Pacers. They went on to make the finals in 2000 after this, and they had that really good run when Larry Bird was their coach. So I'm okay with that one.
At number 4, 1988. The Suns land rookie Kevin Johnson.
This was huge for the Phoenix Suns. They dealt Larry Nance for what turned out to be 3 key pieces of their 1993 finals team, including Kevin Johnson, Mark West, and a draft pick that became Dan Marley. So that was huge for the Phoenix Suns. Kevin Johnson was an awesome player, and he's in line for the Hall of Fame this season.
And this was because, of course, the Cavs drafted Kevin Johnson in the 87 draft. They had Mark Price before that, so there was a bit of a situation, I guess, like the Phoenix Suns to some extent. We had too many point guards, and they drafted him there to the Suns. At number 3, 1994, the Jazz trade for Jeff Hornacek. Now, Horny had been traded from the Suns to the Sixers in 92. They tried him at point guard. It didn't really work out. Sixers finished 26-56. So the next year, they shipped him to Utah for Jeff Malone and a conditional first-round pick. He was a natural with the Jazz there, with John Stockton.
Just so perfect because Stockton and Malone we knew were the 1-2, and then he gave them that extra shooter, and he was such a valuable player for those teams that went to the finals against the Bulls in 97-98. Great player, Jeff. Great addition.
At number 2, it's Deke. The 76ers in 2001 acquiring all-defensive stud Dikembe Mutombo. They had Alvin Iverson scoring all their points. It was all AI. They needed some defense. So they actually traded Theo Ratliff, who was blocking something like 3.5 blocks per game at the time, a much younger version of Mutombo. But he went on to get injured. Mutombo, of course, helped the Sixers go all the way to the finals where they would lose to the Lakers.
And played 40 seasons after that.
That's
That
right.
year they had the MVP, Coach of the Year, Sixth-Man Defensive Player of the Year, didn't win the championship.
But at number one, no surprise, trade deadline day deals. 2004, the Pistons got Rasheed Wallace from the Hawks in a convoluted 3-team deal. Yes, he played for the Hawks for one game at one point, Rasheed Wallace, but he came in there joining up with Larry Brown. He had the North Carolina ties. They went on to go and win the championship that year. He was a huge reason why they did. And it was funny timing. The Pistons were great that year.
Yeah.
But they had that little slide right before the trade deadline, went 2-6. Sort of maybe thought, our team isn't good enough, we've got to take the next step. Went and got Rasheed, and they go and win the ring. There are many others. You know, GP was traded on trade deadline day. Tim Hardaway Jr. Let us know. I'm sure you have many others that you'd like to see on that list. Jump on Twitter. Let's unleash the unicorn. Get out here. Time for the Starters Fantasy Minute, presented by FanDuel, the leader in one-day fantasy sports. Today we're looking at the biggest winners from a fantasy perspectively from yesterday.
Isaiah Thomas should get plenty of minutes and plenty of opportunity in Boston, so grab him if he's available or make a deal from him. Isaiah Cannon as well, not really sure about what he's going to do in Philadelphia, but they've got no other players, so grab him if he's available.
He's going to start.
He might be their franchise guy after this season. But the guy I want to get is Reggie Jackson, because now he's got his opportunity in Detroit. Of course, Brandon Jennings is out for the season, so Reggie Jackson's going to play heavy minutes. He's going to score a lot. He's going to get a lot of assists, rebounds as well for a guard. But the percentages, just watch out for those, because he's not a great shooter, but he should compensate for that by scoring maybe 20 a game, maybe over 20 a game. We saw he did that earlier this season for the Oklahoma City Thunder when Russell Westbrook wasn't playing, when he was out injured. So expect numbers close to what he did there, I think, for the Detroit Pistons for the remainder of this season.
2 Isaiahs and a Reggie. There's your fantasy advice from Leo. Sorry, we got to take one more break. When we return, a much-needed pick-em payoff update. It's been a while. Tass and Lee's very solid play. Also been a while.
Been a while. Welcome to have it back.
Back with the starters. Quick look at last night's pick'em payoff results. We didn't share these on the air, but Tass and I actually agreed on both games yesterday. We liked the Thunder, got that one right. We liked the Spurs, got that one wrong. So 1-1. I'm 25-16. Tass is 23-18 for the month of February. Tonight's picks. Well, we agree on 4 of them. The Hawks. Ooh, the Raps in town. The Bulls, we like on the road. We like the Mavs at home, the Warriors at home. The one we disagree on, I'll take the Suns on the road. Tass likes the T-Wolves at home. Good luck.
Kevin Garnett era, part 2, has begun.
Not officially, because he doesn't play.
Doesn't matter. The spirit of KG is there.
Right. This is a very solid play. Check out this inbounds play from the Oklahoma City Thunder. We have seen it before.
Oh, yeah, we have.
But it doesn't make it any less gorgeous. Nick Collison, beautiful bounce pass. Kevin Durant throws it down. I would prefer a layup, but I'll take a dunk. And that's what I call a very solid play.
Very solid play, very solid show. Make sure you check out the Drop Podcast. We went an hour long talking about all the trade deadline deals and a whole lot more. We'll be back on Monday.
Thanks for joining us, folks. And remember, you always have a companion when you have a cell phone with a data plan.
Race the weekend, people.